Here's the ONG report by Bass EXP. Canada is considering a major oil pipeline revival, making a sharp shift away from its recent decarbonization agenda. Ottawa has approved a framework that would allow a privately financed pipeline to move Alberta oil sand crude to Asian markets, as leaders reduce Canada's heavy reliance on U.S. trade amid rising tariff tensions. And the proposed project could move up to 1 million barrels per day, but it faces stiff resistance from indigenous leaders, environmental groups, and British Columbia's officials, especially due to a long standing tanker ban along BC's northern coast. And while no privately held company has yet committed to build the pipeline, recent polling shows a majority of Canadians now support the idea. Do you think trade pressure will push more countries to prioritize energy exports over climate commitments? And meanwhile, in the U.S. Gulf of America, BP has brought its Atlantis Drill Center 1 expansion online. The project adds 15,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day and was delivered 2 months ahead of schedule. BP says the expansion supports its plan to grow U.S. production toward 1 million barrels per day by 2030, highlighting the Gulf's role as a long term supply anchor. And here in Oklahoma, data centers are rapidly reshaping the energy landscape. At least 18 projects are either under construction or awaiting approval, prompting utilities to plan new natural gas generation, transmission upgrades, and long term power agreements. Regulators have approved early steps, but consumer advocates warn that the cost of new infrastructure could ultimately be passed on to the ratepayers. In your industry tidbit, Canada exports more than 90% of its crude oil to the United States, making pipeline access to Asia a potential game changer for North American energy flows. And at Bass EXP, we don't just follow the news, we put it to work. Learn more about direct participation in oil and gas at bassexp.com. Thank you and goodbye.